Lord, touch me. Touch my life. Can I hear your voice? Say, Lord, touch my life. Lord, touch my life. Touch my life. Touch my life. Make me whole. Make me whole. Make me whole. Make me whole again. Make me whole. Make me whole. My whole spirit, my whole soul, my whole body. Make me whole right now. Make me whole in my family. Make me whole in my academics. Make me whole in my job. Make me whole in my business. Make me whole, complete. Whole, complete. I am complete in Him. 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 Nothing is left for me to be complete. As a church, we are complete in Him. Isaiah 45. Isaiah chapter 45. Well, you know, Zion is where we live. The Bible calls Zion the city of our solemnities. This word is not our focus. I mean, this everyone. The Bible confirms in John's Gospel, chapter 1, verse 12. The Bible says, but as many as received Him the word, remember the word. The Bible says in the beginning was the word, and the word was with God, and the word was one God. That is the word that we received was God. Please keep your eyes open, please. We don't have the time. The Bible calls it. The Bible says, and the word was God. The Bible says the same was in the beginning with God. That word. The same was in the beginning with God. The Bible said all things were made by Him. The Bible says, well, all things. Oh, put your hands in Isaiah 45. In that Genesis Gospel 1, the Bible said all things, verse 2, the same was in the beginning with God. All things were made by Him. And without Him was not anything made that was made. That is, nothing came without the Word. That is, if anything has come alive without the Word, it was artificial. That means it was not real. Please look up. I'm reading from the Bible. I'm not talking about metaphysics. Neither am I talking about psychology. The Bible says in verse 1, in the beginning was the Word. He said, and the Word was with God. The Word was with God. The Bible says, and the Word was God. Verse 2 says, the same was in the beginning with God. That is, the same Word was in the beginning with God. He said, well, all things were made by Him. All things. If all things were made by Him, that means they are the product of the Word. Oh, that's why people will tell you, if it is not the Word way, it's just a matter of time.
If it is not the word way, it doesn't have the life of the word in it. It doesn't have the stamp. The stamp. If the product is not Tommy, if the product is not LG, if the product is not Sony, it doesn't have the life of Sony or any of that thing in it. It doesn't matter of time. It doesn't matter of time. But if it came by the word, like I told you about what happens in the bakery when the bread is being made or being baked. There is something that they put in the bread which is called the yeast. It's the life of the bread. It comes, it makes the bread swear. And that's why I tell people, it is impossible for you to keep down or to keep putting down one that has the yeast of greatness in him or her. It's just a matter of time. That person will keep swelling. It keeps swelling up. That's what the Bible says in Proverbs 4:18. It says the path of the righteous is like a shining light. It shines brighter and brighter, not dimmer and brighter. It says brighter and brighter, not brighter and dimmer. No, it shines brighter and brighter unto the perfect day. It can only get better for the righteous. For the righteous, there's nothing like the good old days. Every day is a new day. The Bible says, each morning, new mercies I see. Each morning, new mercies I see. My life keeps getting better and better. Have you received the word? I'm telling you, no physical thing can stay if it doesn't have the life of the word. The Bible said the same was in the beginning with God. All things were made by him. Oh. It will be given the word. That was the same word that was sent through the angel to Mary in Luke 1. Through the angel, they sent the angel with a word. And the word is a seed. Luke 8:11. The word is a seed. The word is a seed. Praise the Lord. Hallelujah. Praise the Lord. Hallelujah. He's like, okay, praise the Lord. Hallelujah. The word is a seed. The word is a seed. The Bible says what? All things were made by him. Oh, the Bible did not say some things and some other things were made by another. No. All things were made by him. He didn't say by it. Please put the AC on. Please, I'll be sweating here. All things were made by him. He didn't say it. Did he say it? Did he say it? That means he's a person. He is not a God of iron. He is not a God of thunder. Do you understand? He's not Amadioha. Do you understand? Oh, please, no, he's not. Those ones are God that cannot talk. Do you understand? This is the Lord. The Bible says all things were made by him, and without him was not anything made that was made. That means if anything tries to come to earth, oh, remember the days of Dora Queen? It wasn't the woman that passed on? Yes. The woman, Naphtali woman. Remember those days of the pure waters? If your pure water didn't have the Naphtali number, the woman goes after you. Do you know why? Because all things has to come from the Naphtali. Do you understand? If it doesn't have the Naphtali number, they tell you to don't take the water. That water is what? Risky. Yes, isn't it? So in those days, even to the ruler women, they tell them, ask for the Naphtali number. And Naphtali number has to be the word. If it's not the word, it's just a matter of time. But if it is the word, you know what? And you stay on the word, you will get the result of the word. The word is not a quick fix. The word is living. You give birth to a baby one day, the baby don't start working the next day. So far the baby is living, the baby has a tendency to grow. Because the life is complete in the baby. Hallelujah.
Praise the Lord.
The Bible says, was in verse 3, all things were made by him. And without him was not anything made that was made. In the word, verse 4, in him was life. And in him is still life. And the light was made what? The light of what?
Amen.
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 So in men and in darkness, what they need is the word. The word is the light. The word then was the life, and is still the life. The Bible says in him was life, and in him is still life. And the life will become what? The light of what? When you have his life, you have the light of life. Oh, Jesus said it in John's Gospel 8:12. Jesus says in John 8:12, see, we'll come back to John 1. John 8:12. Jesus says, they that come to me, John 8:12, then spake Jesus unto them, saying, I am the light of the world. He that followeth me shall not walk what? In darkness, but shall have the light of life. And the word in him was life, and the life was made the light of men. He is the light of life. So in life, you need a light for a direction, for a path. So if you need light, a direction for the path of your life, the word is the light. Praise the Lord.
Hallelujah.
The word is the light. The word is the light. See verse 5. Verse 5 says, and the light shines in darkness, and the darkness comprehended it not. The darkness doesn't comprehend it. And the darkness can never comprehend the word. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. I said hallelujah. See Isaiah 45, where I asked you to go to. Isaiah chapter 45. Say, this word is for me.
This word is for me.
Say, I can hear you. Say, this word is for me.
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 Isaiah chapter 45, see verse 1. The Bible says, thus saith the Lord unto his anointed. And I am his anointed. Say, I am his anointed. I am his anointed. Thus saith the Lord unto his anointed, whose right hand I have held, or I have holden, to subdue nations before him. What does the Bible say? You are the anointed. God is holding your right hand. What did the Bible say about the right hand? The right hand means authority. The Bible says Jesus is seated at the right hand of the Father. If we see somebody is my right hand man, what does it mean? He's my person. Personal. Oh, I love that. That's good. Personal person means, see, you can verify things from him. Do you understand? He knows me. Do you understand? If you want to know me, see him. Do you understand? My right hand person. But the right hand means authority. Power. But authority really. It means authority. Do you understand? That's what it means. It means authority. But the Bible says here, it says, thus saith the Lord unto his anointed, whose right hand I have held, to subdue nations before him. Praise the Lord.
Hallelujah.
To subdue what? Nations before him. That is, God is holding your right hand. To subdue nations before you. That means right now. Your right hand are being held by God. And nations are being subdued before you. What is that nation? You wanted to go. I said the nations have been subdued before you. You don't understand the meaning of the Bible says, thus saith the Lord unto Cyrus. Cyrus was an heathen king. Was a Gentile king. An heathen king. But we are born again. We are children of God. Praise the Lord. We are are sons and daughters of God. Praise the Lord. The Bible says, but as many as receive in the word, to them gave he power to become the sons of God. He has given us the power to become his sons. Praise the Lord. That was Cyrus, but now we are his children. The Bible says, and thus said the Lord unto Cyrus, whose right hand I have held. But now the word is for us. Amen. They are for us. Right hand, he has held our right hand. Praise the Lord. So the Lord is holding my right hand. Everything I write, because we are going to write, praise the Lord, he's holding my right hand. Everything I write with his hand today, as from this meeting, that will be the product of this meeting, is going to come to pass. Amen. It's like, oh, glory to God. Oh, glory to God. I write with my right hand. Some people write with their left hand. Either. But now he's holding my right hand. He said, whose right hand I have held? In holding my right hand, he said, I'm holding the right hand in authority to subdue nations before you. That means as I stretch forth my right hand, as I write with my right hand, praise the Lord, and as I speak with my right hand, then at times when we pray, we declare like this. So I speak to the nations of the world, my resources are coming. Oh, glory to God. So I stretch forth my right hand, whose right hand I have held. I have held. Oh, glory to God. That is, he touched my right hand. He is holding my right hand. And with my right hand, I can declare. When Moses was before the children of Israel, the sea was in their front, the Egyptians were at their back. What happened? What did she do? He said, Moses, stretch forth your hands. Glory to God. So what? Oh, wake up, please. Whatever the sea may be, do you understand? We are going through it.
Amen.
You know what the Bible says? The waters, they gave way to the children of Israel. So, glory to God. The sea, they are giving ways to us. Watch. Remember that film? The waters. To see the left and the right, and the water stood. They didn't walk through waters. They walked through dry grounds. Glory to God. We cannot be drunk. And see, the situations are before you. The needs are before you. There are things chasing you from behind. Egyptians are coming from behind. But there's a sin before you. But you know what? You are not going back. So all you need to do is stretch forth your right hand. Glory to God. Stretch forth your hands. As you stretch forth your hands, the sea, they are giving ways for you. And you're not even walking on the water. You're walking on dry ground. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Oh, hallelujah. Hallelujah. He said, whose right hand I have held? That is, you are going to write after this meeting with your right hand. Maybe you want a visa. Write it down, Lord, I want a visa. All expenses fully paid trip. Lord, thank you. I want a new house. Lord, I thank you. A brand new car. I thank you because you have held my right hand. Whose right hand you have held? To subdue what? Nations before you. That means United Kingdom is subdued before me. Amen. America is subdued before me. Amen. Asia is subdued before me. Every part, North America, they are subdued before me. Whatever the nations are, they are subdued before me. I am not the one trying to make the nations subdued before me. It's the Lord doing it through me. That's why I told you today is a special day for you. Hey, glory to God! The scholarships are coming! Hallelujah. Whose right hand I have held. We are going to write after this meeting. Amen? Amen. We're going to write. We're going to stretch from our right hand to wherever it is. What is the mountain before you? Mountain, give way. Become a flat tree. Glory to God. Glory to God. Amen. See what he said? To subdue nations before him. He said, what? And I will loose the loins of kings.